the leafy green vegetable has gained much notoriety for being a superfood. Jennifer Iserloh, a.k.a. the Skinny Chef, and Dr. Drew Ramsey are leading the way with that campaign. When Dr. Drew Ramsey and Hoboken's own celebrity chef Jennifer Iserloh agreed to let me cook with them at the Hoboken Shelter, I was psyched. So you both co-authored the cookbook 50 Shades of Kale, not to be confused with 50 Shades of Grey.
There's more kale in our book.
And now you're working on a National Kale Day campaign. So what's that all about?
That's right. This October.
When Dr. Drew and I started National Kale Day, the whole goal of it is to get people to eat these really nutrient-dense foods. And also, the reason I like kale is not only is it the top superfood, but it's also an accessible, inexpensive food that's great for places like the Hoboken Shelter, for example.
Well, I gotta admit, kale I always had this kind of negative feeling toward it.
And we have someone we're going to convert.
Yeah.
That's good.
I'm not saying I don't like it. It's taken me a while to kind of warm up to it, and I think a lot of people share my sentiments. So, how did you guys bond over kale?
We bonded over kale because Jen is a pro at superfoods and preparing superfoods, and so I said, this is something we need to spread to everybody. It's very important to think about kale in schools, kale in places like shelter, places where we know brains are growing, we know brains are being challenged, right? We know that nutrition.
What would be the easiest way for someone like me, a newbie, to incorporate kale into my everyday diet?
Definitely smoothies and these two salads we're going to show you.
While putting together some scrumptious kale salads, Chef Q, a former resident at the shelter, shared a personal story with me.
December 27, 2010, to be exact. I was homeless. I was at the current time living under the turnpike. I came into the Hoboken Shelter. They provided me opportunities to go to school. They would come by and utilize the skills that I learned at the food bank, the culinary arts program there, to prepare meals for the guests that we have here. Today, we have very little produce, so we're going to make a kale salad for our guests that we'll be serving lunch today at about 1:30.
So what would you guys like to see happen for National Kale Day? What's your,
Well,
what do you anticipate?
ideally, I hope that every American eats kale on National Kale Day.
All right.
And
I will do that. October 2nd. It's my husband's birthday, and he chooses what he eats.
Oh, it's
October
his
2nd.
birthday, right?
Yeah, so this could be a problem. I don't know.
How about our kale fudge pie? You won't even know the kale yet.
Kale
I
chocolate.
know.
Hope is just, Jen and I always want to emphasize that people can make a big choice with what they need to influence their health, and that's really where health begins.
Becca Feher, Hudson County TV, Hoboken.